Hello and welcome back to the channel, and we are here with another breakdown of a spell information video they've released on Twitter. And I didn't expect there to be any secrets in this one after we found quite a few in the last one, but I was massively surprised because there's quite a lot hidden in this trailer. If you're interested in anything Wizarding World or Hogwarts Legacy specifically, then you are in the right place because we cover everything to do with the Wizarding World, especially the game at the moment. So consider subscribing to the channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell and give this video a like because it really does help me out. But I only want this to be a nice short video, so let's get straight into the breakdown for you. So the Accio spell video opens up the same way as it did for the Incendio spell, and it opens up with a stylized form of writing surrounded by this diamond. At the top again you get the spell symbol that you see in the spell diamond, and at the bottom you get this stylized spell diamond symbol that I recommended would be in the next video for a spell. In this one they asked, how will you cast? This then opens up into a really nice shot of the library from an angle that we have not seen it before. Now, a couple of interesting things to point out to you in this scene of the library. First of all, very similar to the Ravenclaw common rooms, we have lots of Latin phrases written around the room. I'll try to translate a couple of these, however unfortunately they are just slightly unfocused. However, I will zoom into them all individually here to see if you are able to translate them for me in the comments. I've managed to translate two of them, and that is this one here, which is Scientia sil Potentia, and that is one of the translation for knowledge is power. And then this one here, which is Dotrentia Resumus, and that is we will return to teaching. And very interestingly, next to this piece of writing, we do get the statue of the woman that we see in the Room of Requirements, where we expect there to be another doorway, potentially hinting at the fact that that doorway may well lead to our own personal library within the Room of Requirements. And the other thing of note that I would like to point out to you is if you look above the restricted section here, there is an 8-pointed star. This is the exact star that we saw above the ancient magic book in the headmaster's office at the end of the gameplay showcase number 2. Now this symbol in some cultures does relate to chaos magic, so it is interesting to see that this is over the top of the restricted section where the restricted magic is kept, and I wonder what relevance it's going to have to the collector's edition book. Now in the scene there are actually no markers on the minimap for me to point out anything to do with it, and also of note there's a few things are missing from the HUD. We have no potions that we can take on the left hand side, and we also have no missions above the map. We also do not have the ancient power meter down to the bottom right. I presume this is because we're not in combat and we're not likely to be in combat while we're in the library. In this scene you can see our character collecting one of the pages for the field guide. As they do so, you can see the autosave symbol appear at the bottom of the screen, which I haven't noticed in any of the previous videos. There is a brief moment during this animation where the field guide is actually open slightly, and you can see inside it. Unfortunately, there is no great detail, it just appears to have some images in it, and the page itself absorbs into the book. Now once we've done this, we can see two symbols appear at the top corners. You have the symbol to the right, which I believe just symbolises the fact that we have collected a page for the field guides, and then you have the house symbol to the top left, which symbolises that we've got some experience. It is interesting to see that the Gryffindor line is on a blue background here, so this is obviously some sort of knowledge-based experience rather than combat-based experience that we've done. I think that would be what the symbolism of the different colour is going to be. The scene then fades and we are inside one of Ranrock's followers' mines, and you can see that for certain as the mission above the map says that we are to exit the mine. While we are down at the minimap, there is an enemy to the top right as we go up this conveyor belt system. However, unfortunately, they are obscured by these rocks here. We have seen this location or one very similar to it in the original State of Play trailer, because as you can see here there is this symbol on the fence that we saw in the State of Play trailer. Now one thing to note is I thought 10 healing potions was the maximum we can get, but this character here has 16 healing potions, and that is something new that we haven't seen in any of the previous videos, so potentially we can upgrade our bags and carry more healing potions as our character levels up. We then use the Accio spell on this rooted metal handle, and instead of bringing it towards us, it works in the opposite way and brings us towards them. Again, you can see as we use this outside of battle, there is a very short cooldown of the spell. The final scene we see of this is in one of the poacher hideouts, and we can see that from looking at the minimap. To the right hand side on the minimap and to the right hand side of the screen, you can see that there is a flue flame that we have activated, and there is also this tent symbol, which is one of the enemy strongholds or enemy camps. There appears to be lots of enemies dotted around the minimap itself and a chest up in front of us, which I believe you can see glowing slightly in the background. Now, one thing to point out when we're looking at the minimap is I mentioned this skull-like symbol. I didn't know what it was. Initially, I thought it was going to be one of the enemy camps. However, now I believe what it symbolises is it's going to be a location of an enemy mini-boss or an enemy leader. Because if you actually look at the minimap just in front of us to the left, you can see a smaller skull symbol amongst the enemies. So I think potentially there is going to be certain enemies which are leaders of groups, and once we take them out, it will make them lose power in a certain area. You see similar things in the Assassin's Creed games or even in the Lord of the Rings games. And just adding further credence to the fact that we can have multiple healing potions, this character has 21, so potentially he has even upgraded his bag even further. We get a confirmed Poacher Stalker ahead of us, which is the enemy that we actually use the charm on. We also have a Poacher Duelist and a Poacher Executioner confirmed in the dueling feats. The three of them are Slice, a Poacher Duelist, while they are casting Reducto, Slow, a Poacher Executioner after they release their blast attack, and launch an enemy into a destructible object with Depulso. These are quite similar to what we saw in the Incendio trailer. One thing of noting as well, when we actually cast the Accio charm on the Poacher, it does not appear to take any health off of him. So this is just an immobilizing spell and does not cause damage when we actually use it. Now finally, just going back and looking at each clip, I just wanted to point out the different style of clothing each of the characters have. They are really showing off some unique ones here. You have this red, probably Gryffindor robe just because of the red and gold colouring, but it just looks very different to the robes we have seen previously. It has this nice tassel on the hood and these nice cuffs around the hood and the arms as well. The next character is incredibly unique looking. They have this really long Gryffindor coloured cloak, and they also have a pointed wizard's hat, which is crumpled a bit like the sorting hat. The robes themselves seem to be black, but do have red and gold around the cuffs. And finally you have this character. He's wearing brown shoes with knee-high socks and this checkered red pattern on his trousers. He then has a winter type jumper on with the red and gold around the middle, and a red and gold scarf. I believe they are just trying to show off as many variations of the clothing as possible because they all just look so good and so customizable. So there you have it. That was my full breakdown of this Accio clip, and it was really interesting to see all of the little hidden details and just all of the nice details like the different clothing options that we have for our character. If you want to discuss anything Hogwarts Legacy with me outside of these videos, then I do have a Discord server. The link will be down below, and also come and follow me over on Twitter. Again, the link will be in the description. As always, I just want to thank the members of the channel. Honestly, the support that you give the channel is just unbelievable, and I cannot say how much I appreciate you all. But that is it for this video, and I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Until then, mischief managed.